Sounds good. Hey, Ever, how you doing today? My name is Niger Chambers from Big O Belt Media. Finally, I get the opportunity to talk to you about the fantastic work you've been putting in on this show, BMF, as we are here to talk about season 3. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you so much for being a fan. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. And I gotta say thank you for being a fan because I think you've taken this project and really did the diligence to make sure that the story was told, being immersed in that family, but also inviting the fans to be a part of that family. You've just been one of my favorite showrunners and what a fantastic writer as well as you are the writer for episode 1. Can't wait to see what the finale
Thank
you
you.
got in store for that as well. But you just done such a great job in getting everybody immersed into the world of BMF. I do only have one gripe because I wish you would get that merch out there because you do get your team all nice and style. But I'm like, can we get something too? Like the fans, we want something. When was that coming down the pipeline?
You know what? I'll talk to Stars about it and do a check-in, and of course our guy 50 is always helpful too.
Yeah,
Getting the merch out.
yeah. Got them styling all nice. I'm just like, man, I'll spend the bread on that Letterman coat, man. But nonetheless, to talk about this season, the first thing I want to know is the first episode definitely feels like a turning of the chapter. The tone feels a little bit different. And I could even go as far as saying for you, you must be excited because you also get to kind of turn the page with your core nucleus. Like, yeah, you're gonna have those folks that your returning cast that comes back, but then you get some other new toys. You get some new cast members, the likes of Cynthia Bailey, Two Chains, Neil, Little Baby. So you get to do things a little bit different, switch things a little bit up. So what is your excitement being able to sort of turn that page, turn that chapter, but also knowing that you have all these exciting new fans of the show wanting to be a part of it?
Yeah, I think, Atlanta played such a big role in BMF's story and history. So getting Meech over there, there's going to be a lot of crosses that you guys will be excited to see. Sports, pro sports, hip hop, the streets are really starting to collide. And, we call this season 3 is an epic tale of two cities because Meech is in Atlanta and T's in Detroit, and they're both really navigating working apart,
Mhm.
right? They've been together in the same city, so they're running the business, and they both have to come into their own in different ways. When Meech touches down in Atlanta, he realizes, oh, I'm going to have to elevate my game,
Yeah.
because he was the big fish in Detroit. And now you got to go to the new city and make a name for yourself. So yeah, it was Detroit versus everybody, is the theme for episode 1. The creator of the show, Randy Huggins, he had a health complication. I was his right hand season 2. We've been rocking since the original Power. I met
Yeah.
Randy about 9 years ago. So, Detroit Randy just always wanted the world to know how dope Detroit is. So Detroit versus everybody, that was our tribute not only to him, but to
Mhm.
Meech, to Southwest T, the Flenory family. And then, we got the Atlanta thing going now.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about themes. One thing I know your cast members have always been very adamant about is the themes of for them. And last season was elevate, elevate, elevate. What's been your cast in internal teams theme for this season?
Randy Huggins had picked out Space Baby. It's going to be out of this world. We have Space Baby t-shirts that we wore every Friday with Randy's picture on them. Him
Yeah.
standing on the moon in his Detroit hat with the season 3 flag. So yeah, Space Baby, and we always salute. And so that was our theme for season 3.
It sounds good. And with you opening up this season and closing, as I mentioned, you're the writer for the finale. Could you give us, if you had to choose a few words here, what is this ride that the fans are going to experience this entire season?
Oh, the theme is, so we have a theme in the writer's room, which is reinvention also, right? And so you're going to see all of our characters having to reinvent themselves, internally and from a plot-based standpoint. And I think, who do you want to be in this world? Can you change who you are? Those are all very universal themes. So I think that everyone's really going to continue to love the family aspects of the series. I know the show's marketed as a crime and family drama, but the family is the heart and soul, and in the trailer, BMF, Black Mafia family. That is the key word. So you're going to see more of the brotherhood, the loyalty, the family. Really excited. Russell Hornsby directed
Yeah,
an episode this
directing. Yeah, I saw
season.
that.
And I got to tell you too, we have a strip club set, and I'm so proud of what our dancers and women brought to the show. Um, we kicked that set open on International Women's Day, and I like to wear heels on set, so I was in heels in solidarity with the ladies that were dancing. I'm really, really proud of what we've done, and we're just really continuing Randy's legacy. And his daughter is going to make her acting debut, his baby girl. So those are some of the things that I'm really excited about. And again, there's going to be so much shizzle.
Yeah.
There's going to be great twists and turns. And as always, we're rooting for our heroes, and as they're going for their unconventional American dream. What I love about this show is it was an unconventional American dream, but it's really come full circle with Lil Meech getting to play his father. I mean, it's full circle. It's the American dream in a totally different way. So that brings me a lot of joy.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Heather, as always, thank you so much for what you're doing. Absolutely, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait for the world to see the entire season of season
Yeah,
three of
thank
BMF.
you. Okay, space
Absolutely.
baby.
Let's go.
Speaking of season three, in this season, we get to see the brothers just expound upon their their domain. We see it go from Detroit to Atlanta
Yeah.
to even talks about different places. What do you think from a production standpoint? How much does this help you all just show just how vast this empire was at one point in time?
Yeah, no, I mean, and they grew. It started on the street corners, and now it's an epic tale of two cities that's continuing to expand. They had a 22-year run. So it's been great to be able to show Atlanta culture. We've built some beautiful new sets for Atlanta also, and just getting to see, pro sports, the streets, and hip hop start to collide has been really fun because we know that's the fans know that part of the story. But we're getting to tell the emotional journey of it all.
Now, as you brought up before about the emotional weight that's also shown in this show, we get to
Yeah.
see a family dynamic that's not shown in this genre too often. And we
Yeah.
get to see it portrayed in a very realistic format. What do you think the audience can gather and take away from you showing not only the ups of how their family works, but also the downs and how it affects everyone around them?
Yeah, the family, and thank you for bringing up the family because this show's marketed as a crime and family drama. The heart and soul of this is the family, period. The blood family, the street family, and family is such a universal, complex thing, right? You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, right? And I think people really just on a soul level, we're really relate to the family dynamics and also the faith piece. As someone who worked on the original Power, when Randy asked me to do the show and sent me the scripts, I went, this is so different. The family is what makes it special. And that the family components, I believe, are what led to Meech and T having a 22-year run because it was a family.
Now, from the first two seasons, we saw the love that you showed to the city of Detroit. Now,
Yeah.
with Atlanta being in the forefront here, we get to see the exact same thing. How does it feel from a production standpoint to highlight these things, the rap shows, the rap concerts, things of this nature that a lot of people may not know anything about, down to the Red Dogs, which was a great pull for the history of Atlanta and just to showcase that to the world.
Yeah, no, I think Atlanta getting to be its own character and something that we've been able to do in Atlanta is the historical montages, which is something that Randy did in Detroit seasons 1 and 2, which I think makes the show very unique and sets things apart. There's always a lesson in those historical montages so we can understand more of what's going on in this country. Um, but yeah, we built sets too. We have a lot of new sets that we got to use to highlight even some of the Atlanta culture and including our own strip club, Platinum Palace. So that was very special. We opened that set up. It ended up on International Women's Day, was our first day of filming there. And so I had my heels on too. I was not on the pole, but I had my heels on in solidarity.